Alright, so today we're going to jump into Mega Man 4. Now my affinity for Mega Man 4 has grown over the years. Mega Man 4 is still, out of the 6 Mega Man games on NES, my second to least favorite. Mega Man 1 being my least favorite, actually. But Mega Man 4 has grown on me for multiple reasons. I think it's actually very well made. It's a very well made game. Robots are interesting, difficulty's right, introduces kind of a different kind of plot. Yeah, we'll get into it. I want to watch the intro first because this is the most robust intro so far in any Mega Man game. And I actually really dig the intro too. So let's enjoy it. I'll be quiet for a minute. I love this shot of him on the train. It's so awesome. And I like the text too. Mega Man shattered Dr. Wily's plans 3 times. And world peace has been made so far, but history repeats itself. Of course it doesn't, Mega Man. But it's not what you think. It's Dr. Cossack. So what they're referring to here, the Mega Buster, is a new introduction to Mega Man 4, 5, and 6, and then it's carried on to later games too, where you can hold down the attack button, the B button on the NES controller, and power your charger up, and it's used to great effect. I believe in reading some of Inafune and his crew's kind of writing later is that they don't really feel like that they kind of broke up the purity of Mega Man. The slide was a good addition, but the Mega Buster maybe not so much. So in 9 and 10, obviously, it was removed. So here with Mega Man 4, we're going to start here with Toadman stage. And Toadman stage is interesting because, well, it's raining, and it's not just an aesthetic thing. If I jump forward, you see how I can barely move, and I actually get moved backwards. So this is like the mechanic used on this particular stage. So a jump like this, which would be very easy usually, is actually not easy at all. You have to be very careful and maintain yourself here. So there's no easy jumps. But we start here because he's an easy enemy to interrupt during his attack. He uses an attack called the Rain Flush, which needs to be used, and he needs timing to like power it up. So you can interrupt him and he never gets it off, and so he's a good place to start. And unlike Mega Man 2 and 3, there is a there is a place to start, and you can cycle through the enemies completely. You don't have to start here, of course. You can start elsewhere, but this is the most obvious place to start, and this is where most people do start. So we kill that mini-boss, and we continue on our way. Nope. Oh, man. We should do it. There we go. All right, so we're continuing on. Here you can kind of line these fish up and just be patient and wait for them to come. That guy will just go under you. This one here, he'll come and pop over you, just shoot him as he comes. I mean, they're basically just hopping over you. All right, and we are at Toadman's lair. So you can charge up our Mega Buster to get that first hit off, but then we'll just be kind of hitting him conventionally. And you see this fight's a little boring, but this is the way you just gotta kind of do it. So as long as you keep hitting him, he'll just keep jumping over you. And you just have to be patient. So yeah, this is it. And then you get his attack the Rain Flush once he's killed. We're almost there. 2 more. And then that's it. So Toadman is no more. So we got the Rain Flush. We're also going to get a Rush Device. Rush is back, of course. This time we're going to get the Rush Marine again. Not so useful in this game. But it's there if we want to use it. So with Toad, we're going to go to Bright Man. Bright Man's a strange character. The music on this stage is awesome, though. He does have a light on his head. Kevin is laughing because he has a light bulb on his head. So here there's a light-dark dynamic, just like in Shadow Man stage in Mega Man 3. When you destroy those light bulbs, the lights go out. And when you destroy the, let's see there, those guys that shoot fireworks, they'll stage will light back up. So it's a cool little mechanic. These grasshoppers will be your conduit over the spikes. We can actually, there is health up there. We might as well just go get it in case we need it. All right, so we continue on. The music's so good. Can you hear the music, Kevin? Mm-hmm. Isn't it awesome?
Great.
So this part of the stage marks the very first time in a game where there's a split in the path that leads you to a dead end. But there's a reason to go to the dead end, and it's to get the E-Tank and the extra life. But on the way back, you're going to be tricked into thinking you can make those jumps, and you cannot. So you break out the rush coil that you start the game with, and you spawn it at the end. And you can just jump over these things. God, I fucking love this music, Kevin. It's emotional. No, this is not what I wanted to happen. There we go.
Why are you glowing?
Because I'm powering myself up. Kevin was asking why I was glowing. I just want to make sure in case. Okay. Just in case.
Yeah, that's fine.
No one lives. No one lives, Kevin. Alright, this part's a little hairy. This part's tough. So this part gets a little crazy. The green platforms go back and forth. They'll stay in perpetuity. The red platforms, fuck, we gotta start right back here. The red platforms don't. And if you brush the other platforms, they'll just start going. So it gets a little crazy. And hopefully we'll do it this time so I don't have to carry on too long. There we go, that's what I wanted to happen last time. At least we get to listen to more of this fucking rad-ass music. Almost jumped the gun there a little bit. Remember the rule, Kevin. No one lives. Now, yeah, okay. I'm actually going to let this guy live.
What's the rule? You want the lights on?
Yeah. I'm going to eventually have to kill one of them. There we go. Those bullets are catching up real quick. There we go. Let me pass. Yeah. That was stupid. That was a dumb thing to do. Alright, so here we are. We'll use the Rain Flush. On Bright Man, there's only enough Rain Flush to be used to kill him completely, so you need to be judicious with it. And you shoot something up in the air, I'll show you. You'll see exactly how it works. And like Bright Man, or like Flash Man, he can stop time. But if you stay in the air, he can't hit you, but then he'll run into you and he actually does more damage that way, so it's not always the smartest thing to do. And that's Bright Man with this big fucking light bulb on his head. And next, we'll go to Pharaoh Man, who's a cool design. Pharaoh Man's a tough enemy to fight, except for if you have Bright Man's weapon. Pharaoh Man stage, along with Dive Man stage, also have alternate items that you don't necessarily have to find. And this is the first time since the Magnet Beam, really, that something like this had appeared. And really, the Magnet Beam was necessary to beat the game. So this is the first time you'll find items that you don't actually have to find and you don't need. But you should still get anyway, and I'll show you where they are. So here's Pharaoh Man. Pharaoh Man's one of the more popular designs in the Mega Man Robot Masters.
Like, what could his purpose have been?
Archaeology robot, I would assume. See, that's what's fun to me is thinking about if I wrote Mega Man, if I rewrote these games and was writing them to modernize them, I would have a lot of fun with like what these guys were really supposed to be doing. I think it'd be cool. Like I would totally like he was created to be on an archaeological site or something like that. Would be interesting or whatever. Uh-oh, man, I usually don't get hit at all here. So here, just to be safe, we're going to use the Rain Flush just to get rid of this guy. And the reason that is because I don't want to get hit and knocked into this hole, because then we can't get what we're looking for. If we jump over this, it's not immediately obvious, but if you jump over this, there's a secret area over here. And in this secret area, you'll find exactly what we're looking for. And what we're looking for is the balloon adapter. So we start in Pharaoh Man's base now. Our health is replenished, which is why it's not really a big deal that I was getting hit. And we continue on our way. These bats, of course, you'll remember from Mega Man 2. They are in Woodman stage, amongst other places. Okay, we can continue on. We just don't even have to mess with those bats. You can farm them if you needed to. Needed some energy, but you don't really have to. Here we continue along. Now this is when new enemies are introduced. These mummies that shoot their own heads.
That's fucking awesome. They spin it by unwrapping it?
Yeah. They spin it by unwrapping it, yes. And you can kill them before they get their heads off if you can, otherwise you can just dodge them. But you should kill them because they'll go back into the wall and then come back again. So we're already at Pharaoh Man's stage. We can use the Bright Time Stopper, Bright Man's Time Stopper. And we'll use it on Flash Man, or Pharaoh Man rather, I'm sorry, to great effect. So I've already used it. And so he doesn't move. And then you just jam away on him. I will get him really near death, and I'll show you what he actually fights like. It's insane. And why you need to fight him like this.
That's so sad.
All right, so he's almost down to his last health. Okay. And then, so I mean, he's
Sandstorm?
It's a Pharaoh shot, he calls it, yeah. And it's a little Easter egg because it shows you that you can charge it. It's the first weapon that can be charged in the Mega Man series since the atomic fire that Heat Man used. But it indicates to you. There's no indication in Mega Man 2 that you can actually do that. No one really knew that you can even do that until you figured it out yourself. So that I think him using it like that is an indication that you can use a Pharaoh shot like that as well. And you will use it like that. So with that, we go to the next enemy, who is Ring Man. So we were asking, like, what is Ring Man's purpose? I would assume that he maybe in a Mega Man rewrite might be at like a mine shaft. or something like that. Like he's a precious metals robot or something. To deal with these enemies quickly, we'll use the Toad Man's Rain Flush. Just get rid of them.
Just cleans the screen.
Mm-hmm. And we can use it again here on these little Saturn enemies if we wanted to. And we will. And then we'll use it one more time. Fuck. That was stupid. Gotta shoot it quicker. It might not be quick enough still. There. Quick enough though. Here we'll fight a mini boss.
See Pharaoh Man?
What'd you say?
Do we see Pharaoh Man?
You do see Pharaoh Man here. That wasn't very clean, but nonetheless, he's dead. Those buzzsaws can only be killed with Ringman's weapon, which is why it's devious that they're here. But we are going to trick this a little bit. Once this guy goes away, we'll go in and grab this and get the hell out of there. If you get trapped in there, you are in a bad shape, so be careful if you're playing the game. And the buzzsaws will speed up if you're on the ground with them. Here's another mini-boss. You just got to time your shots. Oh, went too early there. Too early. There we go. And then another mini boss. You like yourself some hippos? So here, there's another character introduced in Mega Man lore in this game. His name is Eddie, known as Flip Top to some people. And he appears and just gives you random items, and this is the first time you'll encounter him in the game. Gave me an E-Tank, that's huge. That's very rare drop.
Is there any reason why he exists?
No reason. Dr. Light made him presumably to help. I don't know.
And only put him in certain spots?
I guess. He just appears. I don't know. Don't try to use logic here. Doesn't work. So you can see that these things are going backwards. The ones that are solid color to go the other way. And there's a super devious fucking drop over here, as you're going to see here, where you have to start moving immediately. Jeez, too early. There we go. Now we are into Ringman's lair. Now we can use the Pharaoh shot here, and you can see I can charge it over my head.
Now, how many playthroughs did it take young Colin to figure all these tricks out?
I mean, a few, a lot. I mean, in case I don't know if you can hear Kevin now. He's asking how long it took me to figure how to play it. Like this. When you know how to play Mega Man, you know how to play Mega Man. When 9 and 10 came out, I was working at IGN, and they're just like Mega Man 2 and 3 in many ways, and you just know how to brute force your way through the game and figure it out. You're not playing super well at first. You just figure things out, and you know how to play or you don't. You know. So it all. I think the beauty of these Mega Man games, these 8-bit Mega Man games, the skills translate. All right, so Ringman is done, and so with that we go to Dustman, who has a giant vacuum on his head. Cool stage, cool music, like real cerebral, strange music here. These shield enemies are introduced for the first time, which are... I think they're just machines of some sort. Jeez. There we go. Jeez. You gotta deal with those guys quick, Kevin. Quick. Oop. Jeez. Oh.
Who's enemy? Who's enemy here?
Dustman? You mean? Yeah. No idea what he's doing. I would, you know, again, if I was rewriting it, there's Eddie again. If I was rewriting it, it would be, I would make him like an industrial robot or something, like, which is kind of what he is here. So you want to just be thorough here, just in case you can be crushed very easily here. You'll die instantly. If you are. And here you want to be really thorough, because you're going to need to slide. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah. And then you're going to need to kind of go back.
Do you have any memories of like playing this for the first time, being like, God damn it, I'm like trying to slide back?
Yeah, Mega Man 4 I remember playing for the first time because I rented it. I couldn't afford it at the time when I was a kid. I owned 2 and 3. I didn't own 1 until later. And I bought this eventually when it was a little cheaper, but I remember renting it from a place called TriStar Video. And I remember liking it, but I remember being a little disappointed with it for some reason. I always felt like the enemies in the game were a little underwhelming, like the bosses compared to the other rosters, both before and after. With the exception of maybe 1, which is a pretty boring roster of enemies. Yeah, I remember playing it pretty well. So we're at Dustman. His weakness is the ring, boomerang. And you can see here, it comes back to you. Dustman's similar in some respects to Magnet Man, and then he can suck you in from Magnet Man 3. He'll also shoot these things called Dust Crusher at you, which split up. So you just kind of want to, yeah, when he's sucking you in, you can't. It can attack him, yeah, exactly. But otherwise, you just stand your ground and just deal with him. And that's it.
Face directly underneath the vacuum thing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's so well designed.
They are well designed. And for people that don't know out there, so Mega Man 1, all the enemies, Mega Man, Roll, Light, Wily, and then Elect Man, Bomb Man, Fire Man, Ice Man, Elect Man, and Cut Man were all designed by Keiji Inafune, the creator of Mega Man. After that, people would submit their designs to Capcom, and they would, so all of the enemies in 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 were created by fans. And then Inafune would draw them in the Mega Man style to like make sure that they were all congruent with each other. And I always loved that. It always gave Mega Man a feeling of interactivity. And when we get to Mega Man 6 is the only Mega Man game with the boss design contests being held where there's an American and a Canadian robot in it. All the other ones are Japanese. The American robot is, I think, Windman, and the Canadian robot is Nightman, or vice versa. I do watch It's Always Sunny, but I'm not. Yeah, I've not seen every episode. I've seen everything maybe through the 4th season, and then sporadic from there. There, it is. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. It is a great show. So here we've moved on to Skullman. There's Eddie again. What does he got for us this time? Energy. Could be useful sometimes. Didn't need it this particular time. So here we can continue to climb up, or we can go right. Again, there's going to be a dead end here, just like on Brightman's stage. But again, we're going to want to go down this path because there's an E-tank down here. So to get to it, you can use the balloon adapter that we found in Pharaoh Man stage, which acts a lot like item 1 in Mega Man 2, as you can see. And then we can get back up here, and then switch back over, and just jump over the shield as we see it, and then slide along. And then back to the ladder, and then go up. Yeah, it's like a... Yeah, so I think this is like an archaeological dig.
And this is Dust Man.
This is Skull Man.
Oh, Skull.
So there's another E-tank down there. It's precarious to get. We will get it. I might die getting back, but it's worth getting. So this jump can be really tough. You gotta just deal with this guy, grab this. And then, so we can go back, but there's gonna be a problem in that this guy over here is going to be shooting at me, so we'll use the bright weapon to stop him from doing that. And then we'll jump and get back over. Perfect.
In that situation, why wouldn't you use the rain?
You could. You could. Not sure what the rain effect would be on those skull enemies. Never tried it. So here you have to use power shot against these guys or they won't die. It is. It's supposed to be like dusk, I think. Okay, we are to Skull Man. Now Skull Man uses the famous shield weapon that started with Woodman and then continued with Skull Man, continues with Starman in Mega Man 5, continues with Plant Man in Mega Man 6, etc., etc. Go to Pump Man in Mega Man 10. But he doesn't use it quite as often as those enemies do. There it is. And he's dead. So that's Skull Man. We get the Skull Barrier from him. All right, we only have 2 choices left. We'll go to Dive Man this time. Dive Man's a really cool character, I think. I like his design a lot. It's a pain in the ass to fight. Good music here, too. These mines can't be destroyed, so you just have to avoid them. Again, you have incredible buoyancy and jump and hop in on these underwater stages. Although this isn't a fully underwater stage, as you're gonna find out. Fight this whale. Eddie again. What's he got? Perfect.
What Eddie?
I don't know why they named him that. Oh. Shit. He's gonna respawn. It's sad that I knew that. Alright. So now the water goes up and down here, which makes it a little more difficult to navigate. Fight the whale again.
He looks angrier. I know what you're saying.
He does look a little angry in there, but it is. All right, so here's the secret. You can keep going to the right. Well, let's not do that. Let's go down here. Ooh, fuck. And here we'll get the wire adapter, which is another item you don't necessarily need to have, but it's useful. And then it'll bounce us, unlike Pharaoh Man stage, which bounces us forward, this will actually bounce us back. and we'll have to do a part of this stage again that we've already done. But as you can see here in the start menu, now I have wire and balloon. So I have both of the secret items that you don't have to find, but are there for you to find if you are interested.
What can you do with the wire?
The wire shoots upwards, so you can like grapple ceilings with it. It'll be useful in Wily's Castle. So here, we're back where we were. We can hop over this time and continue to the right. So these mines, when you get close to them, will explode. We want to keep your distance. Slide onto them if you want, like that. Jump between those. And we have arrived. And so here we're going to use Skull Barrier. Now, some people opt to actually start with Dive Man and use the arm cannon on him. I find him a bit of a pain in the ass to fight, and the Skull Barrier is hard to use on him because you have to get really close to him, which isn't ideal, and he shoots missiles and shit, so. Would you make a great Dive Man either?
I think so.
And that's it for Dive Man, which leaves us with only one enemy left. That's Drill Man, who looks a lot like Crash Man from Mega Man 2.
So is that him getting teleported?
Yeah, it's him like teleporting it away.
Why doesn't he teleport you straight to the boss?
I don't know. It's a good question. Drill Man. Very literal. Very literal stage, too. Ooh. Okay. Here, it seems like you can rush through, but I suggest you don't. Deal with the bats. If you can, at least a couple of them to clear your way, or you're going to maybe get knocked into the spikes. That extra life down there can be gotten, but it's a bit of a trap. Reminds me of the E-Tank placed, or the extra, no, it is an E-Tank placed in Metal Man at the end of Metal Man stage. It's just something you don't want to go there, because it's hard to jump out. You see. So these guns, you have to kind of time your shot. They only take one hit to kill, though, which is useful. There's an E-Tank up there. Obviously, we're going to need that and want that. So let's go get it. Cruising along, we're almost to the end now. Things get a little hairy here, and so you're gonna want to use the Skull Barrier here to just deal with these rocks that appear in these guys as well. Ah. It's a little problematic that no one has dropped any weapon energy for me yet. Gotta go. Oh! The slowdown killed me there.
Yeah.
So I'm at a Skull Barrier. I'm gonna have to farm a little bit, unfortunately. I do apologize about that. I might be able to get through without it. We'll see.
How many times did you die in this game?
That was my first time. That was just a stupid jump. I was getting overwhelmed. There was too much slowdown for me to make that jump. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I need this thing to drop something for me. There we go. I don't even care about getting hit by these enemies at this point. I just want to get through. I'm out again. Thought I was going to not make it again. All right, we're at a Drill Man. So Drill Man's a bit of a pain in the ass. We'll use the dive missiles, dive torpedoes here on him. He can go in and out of the ground, and he's invulnerable when he does that. So this first hit is probably going to bounce right off him. Let's see. Yep. Well, if it hit him, it would have bounced off him. So you kind of want to keep just moving and nailing him. And see it bounce off him there. Okay. He does a lot of damage when he hits you. There we go. And the missiles also bounce off of his drills, so he has like 2 shields basically. Anyway, that's the end of Drill Man, and now the 8 robot masters are done. And now we go to Dr. Cossack's, or Cossack, Dr. Cossack, depending on how you want to say it. We go to his stage, or his castle. Because he apparently made these robots. Or at least programmed them to be like this. At least that's the rumor, Kevin.
What do you say? You can move your seat closer.
I don't think so. Why do I not look good?
The framing changed.
Oh, so I didn't move. Is it okay still?
Yeah, I fixed it.
What, was it bad?
Yeah, but I don't know for how long. I just noticed and I've been watching it for a long time.
I don't think I moved. Maybe I did, I don't know. Okay. So there's Dr. Cossack. His Russian-style castle. Not surprising considering his name.
Such weird maps inside them.
Yeah. So here the snow keeps you from jumping. Or moving rather fast. So he moves. You have to keep jumping. These springs take an enormous amount of damage. I have no idea why.
Ooh, that's a slinky.
Slinkies, yes, they are slinkies. You're right. We can't call them that.
Which is a spring, though.
It is a spring, in its own way.
I think that the origin of the slinky was someone had an extra spring that they
And put it.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're just like, wow. I like the cityscape behind there.
Yeah, it's cool. I like that slide to nowhere. Just kills you. Or there. So this jump can be a little crazy. There, like that. This is ice, in case you're curious, so I'm sliding around on it. Here, you can use Rush Coil, but since we have the balloons from Pharaoh Man stage, we can just use them to get up.
Is Rush Jet not in this one?
Rush is in this one as well.
But the Jet one.
The Jet is in this one, yeah. So here you can go up and down these ladders, but there's really no reason to do it. So we have to be a little more patient than that. I'll get rid of these balloons. There we go.
How is it snowing under that part?
You're asking questions I can't answer. Uh-oh. There we go. So we can at least refill if we need it. And then to get this last one, it's going to be tough. We got to wait for him to kind of go there. Oh, there. And then for this guy, we're going to have to really hammer him. We're to the first boss in Cossack's castle. There we go.
Does this game have a platinum?
Does this have a platinum? Is that what you asked?
Mm-hmm.
No, no. I wish that they all had platinums, but this was the one disappointing thing about the Legacy Collection was they really, really did drop the ball on trophies in a pretty substantial way.
Aren't there limitations to downloadable games?
There are, but there aren't. It's really more up to what we've learned is that it's really more up to the developer if they want to put, at this point, it used to be that way, if they want to put trophies, platinum in it or not. All right, so we continue along. Remember, in these castles in Mega Man games, your health does, or your weapon health does not refill. So you need to be cognizant of that. And then here, we'll use the Rush Jet. All right. Those spikes will obviously damage you if you touch them.
It's not a one-hit kill.
No, these aren't one-hit kill spikes, which is convenient. All right. I'll show you the wire adapter here. We can use it on him. And then you can grab the... So, we'll fill up the balloons. Okay, we're cruising along. Here, we want to draw the enemy up, if we can. And then get below him and do that. That way we get the E-Tank and we can use his weapon energy as well. To get rid of these barriers, you will use the drill bomb, if it pleases you. And then we can use this to fill the wire. And we don't really need the extra life, so we'll just leave it up there. So on this enemy, this is a unique kind of enemy where you use the Dust Crusher on him. Oops. I have to wait for it to come back together. One more go. Glitched my way in. And that's it. So that enemy's dead.
Do those guys have names?
They do have names in the art. We can look at the art later. There's a bunch of art. I mean, I used to just make up names for these guys. Wall enemy, or I don't know, something. So this particular stage is the first stage in Mega Man that scrolls automatically like Mario. So you can see it's moving. So you have to kind of hurry. Not a huge rush, but it's something to keep in mind. And those sparks can't be killed by anything. So you have to just kind of avoid them. would prefer to stay up there. But we'll be fine. Oh, forgot he was there. So now that we have the ring, we can just get rid of these guys. Remember last time we reached them, we were on Ringman stage and we did not have the ring boomerang at that point.
So slowly.
It does. I think it's because Mega Man fans are like, why is this panning at all?
Yeah, so if you get to the edge, it won't move forward any faster.
No. I guess there was, I mean, technically, I guess, in Mega Man 2, right before you fight the dragon in Wily's Castle, the game scrolls too. Well, yeah, it does scroll. So I mean, but it's not quite like this. This is clearly Mario-esque, in my opinion. Definitely an inspiration taken from Mario, I think. I would wager to say. So here, that E-Tank, when I was a kid, used to mystify me how to get it. And what you do is spawn a balloon and then slide in. I was like, how the hell did you do that when I was a kid? I was like, I used to think maybe use the ring to grab it or something, but that's not the case. All right. So we could use just the drill bombs here. If you can explode them before they get to the enemy. So if you press B again, right, when it gets there, it'll explode, and the detonation actually does more damage. Oh. Done. A little more laborious, use way more drills than I would want to, but nonetheless, here we are. We're cruising right along, Kevin.
Moving.
We're cruising right along. Okay. So here, if we want, we should. We can get up here and replenish the drills we used last time, because we're going to need them later. And then we can do the same thing over here. Oops. And we're a little overloaded here at this point on E-Tanks, but it can't hurt that more, so we'll just grab that one with the drill bomb. Shit. We continue our climb upward. Now here is a path, a split, like a split. Really the first one in any Mega Man game where you're not going to see the other part of the stage at all. And this is used to great effect later in Mega Man 6. but we're going to take this path. We just have to get right under. It's a tough one. Nope. Ah, there we go. We should be good there. Okay. And this gives us access to basically another E-tank. And we should have 9 now, which I think is the max you can actually carry, so we're pretty much all good. And we haven't even really used any yet. Any castles. We will. So I would have come from up there, in case you're curious. It is. You like those skulls? The things they come out of you can actually destroy, if you wanted to. All right. So this is Dr. Cossack. I don't know why he didn't move for a minute. That was weird. He does a lot of damage. When you run into him, as you can see. So here we'll start using some E-tanks just to keep ourselves alive. If he grabs you, you're in bad shape too, so you want to be careful not to get grabbed. And we're using the Dust Crusher here. And that's basically the end of him, but it's not the end. Pharaoh Man appears with Kalinka. Kalinka is Cossack's daughter. Wily appears, of course, it's always him. So now we're in Wily's Castle and we're getting pretty close to the end.
Is there any reason why Wily has Pharaoh?
Why Wily has what?
Pharaoh Man.
What do you mean? Wily doesn't have Pharaoh Man.
No?
Pharaoh Man appeared with Kalinka to show him that Wily was framing him. But Pharaoh Man and Wily have nothing to do with each other right now.
So why did you fight him in the previous game?
Because we didn't know who he was. Which is what you do when you don't know who someone is, you fight him. Ooh, using some, I was about to say I was using some fancy footwork there. It wasn't so. Alright. Let's fill up the Dust Crusher, we're gonna need it. The weapon we're gonna really need here, a lot of is the ring boomerang actually, but it can't hurt to fill in these other things too, because we will need them. All right, so now we're going down. Now we're gonna go underwater. I love this effect here, by the way. I've always been really fond of the bricks in the back here and as the water transitions, because it's all, I don't know, it's all blurry kind of, as if you're going underwater. I don't know, I think it's just neat looking. Nice little touch. This jump can be a little bit perilous, but we'll do it. Because remember, these jumps are hard because you can jump so high, you have so much boost underwater, that's why it's a little difficult. And of course, what Mega Man castle would be complete without disappearing blocks? Okay, we're through that. We'll fill up the drill. Get that out of the way. I was always puzzled by the enemy placement of some of the enemies around here. I'll show you guys in a minute. Like those enemies that are just kind of like they're just there. It's funny because they're really not there to do anything but just be there. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. I should use an E-tank just in case. I'm having a little trouble sliding on this controller. I see him.
Do you think that's the controller or just...
No, I think it's the. I mean, it's a perfect port, so I just think it's. I'm not used to this controller. Playing Mega Man on a PlayStation controller is a little unusual. Although, you know, 9 and 10 were played on Mega Man, but you weren't sliding in Mega Man 9 and 10.
Were you excited when those games came out?
I was pumped when they announced Mega Man 9. I couldn't believe it. When I went to E3 that year, that was in 08, maybe? 09? I was so thrilled. Oh, what am I doing? I was so thrilled that they're making that game. When 10 was announced and came out, I was like, I can't believe they're doing it again. It's so cool. It's like a dream. I wish they would keep doing them. Those games were profitable, apparently. Not that they were very expensive to make. I'm sure. So there's an E-tank there. We don't really need it. Just ignore it.
You always say that sprites are super expensive to make. The technology hasn't gotten cheaper.
It's not about the technology. It's just skill. Like a lot of people just don't know how to do it. You know. Actually, that's not the best technique. I'll use that on a jet. I don't know why. You know what? What the fuck am I doing? Not even thinking here. Rush jet. Eddie. Thanks for nothing. Oh, I forgot about that. Ugh. Alright, so we're cruising right along here. Nothing much to say right now. We'll use the wire here. This part, I gotta go back down. Power it up. Fill up the ring. We need them later. So this is an interesting enemy. You gotta be a little patient with this enemy. So the only part of him that's can be hit is that green gem. And he'll shoot you out of his nose and out of that little thing on top of him. So you just gotta kind of... And I prefer to just use the arm cannon, although I think you can use like ring on him too. He's finished. Sorry, I'm getting, as I'm playing, I'm getting text messages. So we're gonna have to fight the bosses again soon. So we should refill everything that we need. Fill up those rings. I would definitely fill up those drill. Actually, fill up Toad. We don't need the extra life. Uh-oh. Just survived that encounter. All right. Start with Drill Man. Get the hardest out of the way first. Wow, he didn't go underground very much there. That was quite fortuitous. So here we'll use a rain flush again. Jump at me this time. And that should do him in, which is perfect. And then this time we go to Skullman. Uh-oh, fuse me tank. I actually need to use it there, I guess, but better safe than sorry. All right, keep on cruising. Dive Man. That's the end of Dive Man. Toad Man. As you remember, this is quite a mundane battle. I'm going to save my drill bombs. We'll just fight him the old-fashioned way. We're going to need the drill bombs. Remember, as long as you keep hitting him, he can never get his attacks. I'll be able to just keep jumping. Toad Man's finished. Next up is Dust Man. Break out those ring boomerangs. Go to town. And then Ring Man, which we use Pharaoh Shot on. And then finally, that leaves Pharaoh Man as the only guy we haven't fought yet. All right, we roll on. And so we'll use drill bombs here. And remember, they'll bounce off. Fuck, I gotta use anything. They'll bounce off. You have to explode them before they get to them. There, got him. But that's not the end. Wily's not quite finished yet, Kevin. Hands are sweaty as hell right now.
Is one of the enemy also 9 and 10?
Yeah. No. But is it him that never learns?
Yeah, it's like that. I think likes.
I think you're probably right. I'm just gonna farm for a minute. Just in case. Because we need Pharaoh Shot. No one's giving. That's why those enemies are there, by the way. That's good design. To not trap people. But no one's giving me anything here. It's unbelievable. Like nothing. Yeah, well, I don't know that. Wow, this is really weird. Like, no one's giving me anything. Wow. Not what I need. Do one more cycle. If not, we'll just kind of go in and see what happens. That might be useful. How much? I'm so amazed that no one's giving me anything. I almost want to do it one more time. Usually, you don't have to wait this long to get something. All right, this is gonna be the last run. I don't want to sit here forever. Nothing. Well, all right. All right. So be it. Let's roll. Yeah, I'm going to be a little more careful than usual. I'm going to be using a lot of E-tanks here because I don't want to waste... There we go. Oh, actually, I should... Fuck. Man. There we go. Ah, missed him. Ah, it's right there. Ah, I didn't get that in time. Done. That's it. Mega Man 4 is over. So we'll enjoy the ending. I'll let you just watch it in peace, but remember that we will be doing, or have already done, depending on where you are in the series and what day it is and all that kind of stuff, Let's Plays from the Mega Man Legacy Collection for Mega Man 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can find them on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, right where you are right now. We hope you enjoy them. Let us know what you think. Love playing these retro games for you guys. I think you guys enjoy it too. So hope you like that. Enjoy the ending to Mega Man 4. We'll be back for Mega Man 5 and 6 if you haven't already watched them. If you haven't watched the previous ones, please go watch those as well. We'll see you next time. Bye.